I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play Galaxy on Fire 2 HD. This is a space shooter combat type game that I believe started out as a mobile app, but has been reconfigured and sort of graphically updated for computers. So let's begin. Start a new game on normal.
3598 AD, Darius asteroid belt.
An asteroid belt. Perfect hiding place for pirates. Now, where are those pirates? What are we gonna do, boss? This guy will be chasing us forever. That's Maxwell, stubborn as hell. He's after the bounty on our heads. Quiet now. Engines off and await my command. We'll let him pass by and attack him from behind.
Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Right,
Okay, there they are.
combat. There we go. Okay. So the controls are pretty straightforward. Actually, very easy to handle. Unfortunately, doing a barrel roll is not entirely as easy as you would think. You're very slow while doing it, and being this close, I can actually just use missiles. If you hover over the spaceship, the target, I should say, it will lock on, and that is true for ships and asteroids and anything else on your screen.
That's 3 less rogues roaming the galaxy. I've definitely earned my money on this one.
I also blow up asteroids.
Now, back to Eden Prime to collect my reward. Computer, activate the hyperdrive. Set a course for Eden Prime.
Activating hyperdrive.
Way too cheery for a computer.
They must have hit the engines. Hey, what's happening? Damn, I lost control.
Malfunction in the hyperdrive engine. Life support system damaged. Oxygen supply critical.
I'm glad she's so perky.
Critical? What the hell? Computer, initiate emergency systems and set a course for the nearest space station.
Autopilot and emergency systems activated. Carbon dioxide scrubbers failing.
You're gonna die, hooray!
Outstanding. I'll be unconscious any moment. Exactly what I needed.
Destination reached. Entering secure orbit of Var Hastra.
What a beautiful old ship, and it seems to be intact. Wait a minute, I'm reading a life form signature.
Question mark?
Another good reason to take it home for closer examination.
Oh, what happened?
Finally awake. But I'm afraid you'll have to tell me what happened.
Where am I? Who are you?
Take it easy. You're on Var Hastra mining station. My name is Gunant Bray.
Varhastra? I've never heard of it. What happened to my ship?
The whole propulsion system is beyond repair. Seems like you had quite a party out there.
Damn. Now what am I gonna do without a ship?
Hey, I'm a busy ore trader. If you work for me, maybe we can figure something out that'll benefit us both. You're just lucky the Voids didn't pick you up floating in space.
The Voids? Who are the Voids?
You haven't heard of them? Where are you from, boy? These creatures are raiding the Meadow system more and more.
Meadow system? What are you talking about? I've never heard of that either. I was trying to get to Eden Prime.
Eden Prime? Ha! You're funny. That's the other end of the galaxy. I guess you'll need to work for me for a while if you're trying to buy passage all the way to Eden Prime.
Ore trader, eh? More like scrap collecting extortionist.
It's up to you. Either you help me out with the ore mining, or you can go back to floating in space. It's that simple. I can't afford to feed you for nothing. A ship with a mining laser is already waiting for you. Without weapons, of course, in case you get any ideas. Now, get to work. You've been lying around long enough.
Seems like I've no other choice. Toadface.
Okay, so just like Animal Crossing in space, we now have to pay off our debt for survival. Let's just leave the station here, and we'll go outside of the station into the asteroid field. Sometimes you will run into other ships out here.
Junk is ready to fall apart at any
Alright, you know what? I get it. So, sometimes you'll run into other ships, but usually you just come out here to look at these asteroids. And that little scanner shows, up at the top there, what kind of ore they've got. And what grade it is. Let's go with that one instead. So press F, you lock on. You can press tab to fast forward, which is kind of a good thing because the ship moves very slow. And if you're way out at the edge of the asteroid field, oh, okay. So because this is a Class A, right. Because this is a Class A, it has a special center core in it. And unfortunately, our cargo hold is not big enough, I don't think, to whittle it down all the way. I think we're going to fill up before I can get it. Of course, you have to keep this little drill thing within the circle in order to pick it up. Oh, maybe I might get it. Nope. See, I'm already full. I'm in the red. So, unfortunately, I don't get that. Sometimes if you blow up an asteroid, it will just float in space there, and you can go pick it up. But you need certain things for that. So, to go back to this, we can just fly back, or I can hit the little Q button, and I can sort of autopilot there. And I will be using tab to fast forward, because like I said, it was going really slow otherwise, and if you're at the edge of the asteroid belt, it takes forever.
So bad. Now I need you to go
So I'm going to
back
skip
and
through
bring me
these
a
dialogues. Basically what we find out is that that whole thing at the beginning there was a warp anomaly, and we go through time and space 35 years in the future. And so anyway, now we have to go back out there again and get a full load, which is what I just did. I actually only needed 10 the last time.
You know how it works.
Yeah. I only needed 10 the last time. Okay, here we go again. So I kind of wasted my time. But this is pretty demonstrative of what the beginning of the game is like. Yes, I know, we just mentioned the core. You basically are going back and forth between places you've already been, and there's a lot of traveling and very little combat, which is my major complaint about the game. Full.
Oh, great. There's a pirate approaching and I'm unarmed. Hurry, boy! Get back!
Okay, so he recommends we do the autopilot. We could have just flown back. This ship doesn't have the booster on it. Unfortunately, I'm getting shot and I can't do anything about it. Pressing T gives you a different camera view. I could try to maneuver by taking off autopilot.
You made it! These pirates are a real pest sometimes. I don't risk leaving the dock when they're around.
Getting nervous, eh?
Right, so we get use of Betty here, which is the name of the ship. And now we've unlocked the hangar, which is basically a shop, but it also allows us to build things with blueprints that we find, and we can see our ship's inventory here. So I need to get these weapons. My ship can only carry one weapon, but I'm going to take both of these because right now they are free and I can sell one later. So I'm going to put this on my ship. That's a shield, or armor, I think. And I'm going to pick this for my primary weapon.
Good choice. Let's get moving. And by the way, I've programmed your weapons so they can't penetrate my shields. Just a precaution, you understand?
Right. So we get to go out there with Gunant and do some combat now. And this right here...
Listen up, boy. The waypoints lead us to...
Okay, yeah. This right here is kind of typical of combat missions where you have to go to these waypoints, and as you go to those waypoints, it unlocks combat. There are a few places and situations where you'll just sort of enter into it, and you know, sometimes you can leave the station and it will just randomly happen that there are ships out here, and sometimes they're pirate ships, but I find the combat very lacking in this game, and as we go on I think you'll see why. And I can't speed this up at all. Like I said, I don't have the booster equipped, and I don't have any room for it. Okay, so there...
There are a lot more pirates than I expected. Let's get the hell out of here.
Get out of the way, Gunant.
No way. The bounty's just starting.
I should probably fire at these guys who are closer. I don't have missiles on this ship. We'll try and lead him. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you can do barrel rolls, but it's very slow and you just don't really gain much by doing it. But you can see there on my radar... Oh man. Well, let's watch. Okay, see, so he blows up and he leaves behind this little loot. But I can't pick it up without a tractor beam. And so as we saw there in the hangar, I only had 3 slots, wow, for extra things.
That was close, boy. Where did you learn to fight like that? I served in Admiral, let's just...
Right, so I believe this is where we learn that we are 35 years in the future. I kind of spoiled it, but whatever. This is a quick look. So let's get back to the station.
Impressive fight, boy.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah, some years ago. You're a strange one, all right.
Keith
shoot.
is stunned
Okay.
to discover 35 years have passed since the incident in the asteroid belt. Gunant checked Keith's ship, and a malfunction in the hyperdrive engine was most likely the cause for Keith's journey through time and space. He shows Keith his gratitude for defeating the pirates by giving him Betty as a gift. Now equipped with a more powerful drive, allowing him to travel to other planets within the same star system.
As promised, Betty is yours. Take good care of her.
Well, she needs a bit of work, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for your help.
Just one thing. The mining laser you've been using is a prototype I built myself. The only one of its kind. I can't give it to you, but I installed another one. With a little practice, you'll be able to make a few credits mining asteroids on your journey.
Thanks. And you can call me Keith. Keith T. Maxwell.
My pleasure, Keith. One more thing. A friend of mine, Norris Bernard, is the commander of Kernstal, also a station of the Medo Confederation. Why don't you pay him a visit? He might be able to help you get to Eden Prime.
That's a good place to start. Thanks, Gunant. But what is this Medo Confederation exactly?
This entire
Okay, well, we
system...
can skip that. We know where we're going now. and we've unlocked the map. So Kernstall here, well, first of all, it shows the system, and we can pick the different places that we're going. Actually, before I do this, I should show the missions. So this obviously shows the different missions you've got going, and you can have story missions and freelance missions, and the freelance are basically just things you do on the side to grind for money. But one thing that bothers me here, you can see on the map where you have to go next, and according to the key, it shows you the little symbol right here indicates where you have to go for the story missions, where you got freelance missions and jump gates and all that stuff. It's right here, but even though it opens the map, you can't actually travel via this map. You have to actually go back and use this map. And real quick, I just want to mention this ticker here is pretty interesting to read sometimes because it shows stories related to the game, and then sometimes it just shows little flavor text here, which is kind of funny. Before we leave, though, I've got this gun in my hangar, and I don't think I can actually sell it here. No, I can't. I'm going to have to wait. But it's basically free money. It was about 2,000 credits there. So anyway, let's go to Kernstall. Let's try and speed this up just a little bit. And there you saw there were some NPCs, just neutral ships roaming around. And here is Kernstall.
Keith T. Maxwell, I'm Captain Bernard, commander of Kernstall. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You're not kidding. Jumping through
Well, you have missed a lot.
So Mido is a
You could say that. We declared...
I see. Gunand told me.
I could arrange that.
Which is? So it could also...
That's why we need someone who's willing to...
I'm on my way.
Right. So, the whole reason for going here is to try and find a way back to the Terran system. And obviously, we have to do some favors before we will be helped along the way. And right now, what we've got is this mission to go to Yurdal Gadal, because apparently they've lost contact. And actually, if you'd been noticing the ticker down here, it had mentioned that. But this right here typifies the annoying missions this game has. So let's see. He's sending us to Yurdal Gadal just to see what's going on there. Kind of sinister implications there because they can't hear from the station, they don't know what's going on. So you think, hey, this might be kind of exciting. I'm just going to use this time instead
Assuming I'm
of...
not completely lost, I should be at the right place. No sign of combat, and the station appears to be intact. I guess I'll dock and take a look around.
Nobody here. Not even Novellians. Wait. I don't believe it. Mukt. What the hell are you doing in this godforsaken place?
Have we met before? Maxwell, is that you? Long time no see. You're just in time for our little party. I managed to ship in a load of premium neuroalgae from Apache. The crew here can't get enough of it.
Algae, eh? Sounds interesting. Does this stuff have any unpleasant side effects?
Not really. Some people have reported a bit of tentacle growth, but that's more of a benefit than a side effect.
You mean
Oh
tentacles
my.
on their face?
Yeah. How did you know?
Just a wild guess.
But Keith, you've got to tell me why you still look so young. I know a lot of people who'd be interested in buying whatever it is you're using.
You don't want to know. Tentacle growth is nothing compared to the side effects I'm having.
Oh
Okay,
my.
Mukt. I'll leave you with your new friends. See you around.
Take care. And by the way, you can find me on Camo in the Shima system if you ever need something extra special.
Oh my.
Brilliant. Out of all the rogues I could have run into, it had to be Mukt in the galaxy. Neuroalgae. Hardly surprising no one's able to operate the intercom.
don't like where that conversation was going. But yeah, that was the entire mission. Come here for dialogue, and now we travel back. And there is a lot of traveling in this game. Very little action, but a lot of traveling.
Maxwell, good to see you again. What did you find out?
Looks like the crew of Erdl Gadal. I'm sure they'll crawl
Alright,
their way back
so
to normality.
we tell them
Yes,
about
of
that,
course. A
and
Terran
then
military convoy is heading for Cairnstal. That would be your best option.
Sounds good.
I'll contact you as soon as the convoy reaches the system. In the meantime, feel free to...
and then we have to wait for the convoy. And the way we wait for the convoy is by completing side missions, freelance missions, and we are forced to do this. We have to complete like 3 or 4 of them. But now we can go to the Space Lounge and I can show that. And this is where you can just talk to people and get, I've never seen a female. Oh. And she doesn't even want to talk. I've never seen a female here. That's interesting.
Hey, you look like a sharp guy.
Okay, so this is a combat
I have
mission,
something
and
that
this
might be of
is...
interest to you.
Well, okay, so there are various types of missions. Some of them are, well, they're not even missions. Like in this case, he's trying to sell me some stuff, and that can go back to the hangar. So he was,
I have
were they
something that
Pyresium
might be
cores?
of interest to you.
Let's go look. So, aside from various things you can get for your ship, you've also got all these commodities, and you can trade in those commodities. They're only worth $4.98 a piece, or $4.99 a piece. And what was he offering?
Hello.
Not enough. Yeah, Jesus, no. We wouldn't make any profit here. But not only do these commodities, I mean, you can sell like the ore that you mine, and you can take commodities from one place to another, but you can also use them for your blueprints, because sometimes you'll get a blueprint. The one that I got earlier on my own, on a separate game, I actually got from one of those guys in the Space Lounge, and you needed a bunch of parts that weren't all available at the station. These do change station to station, which is kind of annoying, but sometimes they also want things that are in here. So sometimes you'll run into a guy in the Space Lounge that wants drinking water, and you have to bring that to him. So there's a little bit of a trading in the game. But anyway, back in the Space Lounge. The types of quests you get here are those ones where they'll try and sell you things, where they'll ask for things. You get combat missions, like what this guy's wanting, and it's really more of a contest combat mission, and we're going to do it. So I'm going to show you just how disappointing the combat missions are. But there's also courier missions, and those are basically like what we just did, where you go from one station to the next, or one system to the next.
How about a little bet?
But let's do this real quick. So we go out. Actually, no, I have no money, but I can sell this now. So I've got some money. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to buy some Ado missiles here. I'm going to buy 5 of them. And you have to put those on your secondaries. And now we can go. So just like before with Gunant, we have to sort of follow this guy to the waypoints. And in these missions, it's a contest to see how many pirate ships you can get. 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3, I think. Unfortunately, he's sort of there before us. If I can lock onto the fucker, there we go. I can get him with a missile. And it's actually last shot hit that gets the kill. So, as you can see there, he was trying to steal my kill. Annoying as hell. Luckily, we are faster than the NPC ship. But just barely. And the computer knows where to go. really wish I had a boost. Oh, where? Oh, there it is. Duck and weave. Try and get ahead of it. There we go. Okay, fine. You get a missile in the face. Boom. It's kind of expensive to be wasting missiles that way. Where's the little blue thing? What is that? I don't know. Oh, there, it's way at the top. Okay. So, we can see by the green dot that our friend there is already on his way, but it doesn't matter if he gets it because I've got 2 kills right now, so even if he gets this next one, I'll win. Are we even moving? Why have I stopped? Have I... what the hell? Have I reached the end? What the heck is going on here? Asteroid field. That was weird. Unfortunately, I mean, you can buy new ships, but they are very expensive, and you don't actually get one for quite a while. Or rather, you don't get the ability to buy one for quite a while. So, you know, I suppose if I didn't want to do any mining, or didn't expect to do any mining, I could get rid of that module on my ship and put like a booster on it. But, I mean, this right here just sort of exemplifies the pace of the game. It is way too slow. I mean, for a space shooter action game, you would expect more action. But, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Faster! And unfortunately, we have to go to every single frickin' waypoint to finish this. I think it's kind of random where the pirate will show up. It's not always waiting for you at the last waypoint. And I think I had one mission where I actually had to fly to the last waypoint, even though I'd killed all the pirates. And that was kind of annoying. Say, he's doing it too. Duck and weave, you get a missile. Point blank. And unfortunately, I don't get that loot. Hooray, I win. And this annoying little interface popped up. I don't know why. It does that because it maintains the interface from the mobile game, even though this is a computer and these little buttons are really awkward and obnoxious. I could mine some stuff here, but you know, I'm not going to do that. So I've got some money now. Anyone new in the lounge? No.
I have something that might be of interest to you.
Same people. I'm not sure if this is finite, like if I take both these two, if they'll just disappear. Oh yeah. You can also get, maybe she's a he.
What?
Or a thing now. But anyway, you can also get, later in the game, you can get wingmen. So you're not just flying solo throughout the game. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Right, so this map, right now this map only shows the one system. Eventually it will show sort of the galaxy map where you can travel between systems. I don't think I'm going to go that far. In fact, I'm going to stop it right here. But one thing about that I want to talk about is its annoyance for traveling. Because, you know, sometimes you got to go between planets here for missions and whatnot, and traveling back and forth can get a little tedious, especially when all it is just clicking buttons, go here, go there, that sort of thing. But when you have to travel between systems, when you have to travel between various parts of the galaxy, you can't just warp from one area to the next. You have to go through the little warp gates, which are the jump gates, rather, which are indicated by this icon right here. And so you actually have to go to the planet that has that jump gate before you can even leave the system. So like if the system Varhastra had that little jump gate, and I was trying to leave Kernstal, first I would have to travel here. Then I could travel from that warp gate to another system, and the first mission where you can actually travel to another system, you actually have to travel through a middle system. So it just completely wastes your time having to go from all these jumps and you don't get anything out of it. And that is my major complaint of the game. Again, I know I said that before, but this game just, the pacing is just too slow for my tastes. You don't get enough action out of it. The combat, I mean, maybe it gets better later on, but at the beginning it's pretty pathetic. And I think that's a shame, because the beginning of the game should be what draws you into it. It should be a lot of fun. And, you know, this game is a space shooter game. It's kind of fun, but I think it's ruined by the fact that it wastes your time doing all these things rather than just sort of getting you where you need to go. But, you know, that could also be part of the whole mobile app thing. I'm not sure if there's a free version. There might be. I mean, there tends to be free versions of apps as well as paid versions, and I guess with free versions, the idea is to get you playing it as long as you can, because then you see ads, and ads are how the free apps make money. So maybe from that perspective, that's why they do it. But as a game player, it's not compelling. It's really annoying. And, God, what am I even doing right now? Right, I'm still doing these missions. Before I can even progress through the game, I have to do all these little filler missions. And admittedly, they do serve a purpose, because you're building up money so that you can actually, you know, get your ship up to spec here and put some stuff on it. But I don't know. I mean, you can play this for about an hour, and most of it's just traveling back and forth, and it's not the best use of your time, frankly. But it might get better later on. I don't know. You know, it could be a lot more fun later on when you get the bigger, better ships, and you get, you know, more pilots and wingmen in your little squad there, and big combat, whatever. But I guess that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.